first time I'm doing this in the afternoon. It's 12:31. Was a bit of a weird morning, but anyway, I was a bit surprised with how with chapter 5, I need to change it from 15 to 3. I was a bit surprised with chapter 5 with how abruptly they cut away, because like, I always kind of remember the part of Akiyama saying that he has a plan to open the safe as lasting for a little bit, but in chapter 4, like, it's literally just like the final page, and then it literally says to be continued, and there's like an extra page that elaborates a little bit, and then chapter 5, like, it already cuts to Fujisawa being like completely manipulated by that and just guarding his safe. Like, I thought that the conversation lasted a little bit longer, but I guess it didn't really need to be that long. Yeah, I thought it was weird how the whole cognitive dissonance thing, like the J-drama definitely did it better, because they have like Nao sitting in a classroom where they like hold up signs representing A and B. In the anime, they just like do very basic animation, which, I guess I would rather than put the budget somewhere else, or maybe they just didn't have budget in general. But yeah, I see a lot of people complaining that like it takes 3 episodes to get through this first arc, but it's like, why not? Like, it's a good arc, and like, you're not supposed to be sitting here seeing it as an awkward speed bump to get into the real stuff. You're supposed to see this as genuine tension. Like, I think like people need to be a bit more patient and like engaging with these types of stories. Like, because if you don't like this kind of stuff, then you probably just don't really like tense, gambling stories in general. I'm kind of surprised with how accurate the anime was to the manga panels. Like, I completely forget that Fujisawa like has a nightmare fantasy of Akiyama literally holding a cutting torch. The anime even zooms in onto the cutting torch, and of course, like the bodybuilder guys lifting the safe. But like, in the manga, like that's just like a silent thing. Like he's like, but in the anime, it goes over Fujisawa's thing. But of monologue, but in the manga he just says like, what if he's not alone, and then he just imagines that. I wonder if like it would have been more effective if the anime was thinking that, but it probably doesn't really matter that much. The thing that kind of bugs me is that Akiyama doesn't really have a plan B here. Like, it's entirely dependent on the fact that Fujisawa won't see through him. What if it didn't work? Like, would Akiyama just like beat him up or something like that? Um, I am wondering like why Fujisawa bothered to like check his mail at all. Like, that junk mail and bills that he's ignoring is going to be like his karma once it's over. He's like, damn it, I didn't think I had to worry about these bills because I was going to be rich, but now I got to pay for them. Oh, look, there's a little puddle here. That's cute. There are scenes where Nao and Akiyama are just sitting in the room and neither of them are looking out the window. Like, it's supposed to be 24/7 constant surveillance. That's why he's crazy. Or I guess he's already crazy, so it doesn't really matter that much by this point. It is kind of cool how, like, the anime does roughly cover about 2 or 3 chapters each time, but sometimes it's like an extra page or something, like Nao declaring war or the ding-dong of the doorbell. I thought it was a nice touch of the English dub to have Nao shout, "You're better than this," which she doesn't say in the manga or in the anime. Thought that was neat.